Butterfly, fly here with me.
Welcome to the bedroom. I'm out and about and I see this castle and in ruins, and I'm walking around it and I look at my feet with my shoes on, and I can't help but think of a big idea that I've seen or experienced. I've got a question. What is the best way to finding peace and security? Is peace and security made by building the biggest, strongest, powerfulest castle, or making the best home you can possibly build with everything in it that you might ever possibly need to be secure? Or do you just need a pair of shoes and a clean pair of feet? When people ask Jesus, about being clean, I won't go into the whole story, but he basically said, look, all you need to be clean is to wash your feet. And most people, will not get away with just washing their feet in life. The BO will clearly overtake you. But then I don't think whole body hygiene was his point. I think the point in the context of the story, which I don't really need to go into, because basically it's saying, look, if you had stuff going on in your past that's made your life a bit dirty, actually all you need to do is wash your feet. Is a sense of where you've previously trod, the things you walked through just need cleaning off. The emotional experience, for better or worse, it don't have to be negative, but we need to let those things go. We don't want to live on past regrets, but actually, there's plenty of other stories in the Bible that seem to indicate we shouldn't be living off of yesterday's bread either. There's new things to have every day and new provisions every day. And as much as we might prepare for the future or save for the future, and be forward thinking, that actually, in terms of our emotions and our well-being as a person, letting go of stuff is a massive thing. And actually, finding peace also in the Bible in one passage was about wearing shoes of peace or wearing the sandals of peace. Actually, as much as you might clean your feet, you might want to, let go of the past. Actually, there's also a place of protecting your feet. Clothing your feet. So that when you do tread on rocks, you're not continuously hurt. And is there a way that we can wrap our emotions with, ideas maybe, or thought processes that protect our emotions? Not by putting a hard guard up per se, because I don't think that's the way, but maybe just to do with how we are persuaded towards other people. What do I mean by that? Well, see, we don't just have to mindlessly walk through and be battered by emotional knocks, for good or bad, and we can clean those things off. But actually, maybe when we go into a place, that we're going in with the purpose of making peace, bringing the good bringing the peace. You know, I had a guy at work who got really upset at work. You know, he was a young lad, and he was, you know, he was often quite an angry lad. But you know, he came over to me because I was away from everyone else doing a particular job that nobody else wanted to do, but I was there all night doing it. Had to be done. Not the nicest of jobs, but he came over to me really upset, and this angry boy was just, you know, crushed, and he had to let out his emotions, and you know, he'd bottled a lot of his stuff up, and there was lots of stuff going on for him with his family, and you know, at work on a night shift is the worst place to be because these emotions, you know, tiredness come out, and you know, I was able to be with him. Why could I be with him? Why could I help him? Well, because I felt the same. You know, a few weeks before, I was in a similar place. I felt really crushed by my experiences around me, and was struggling. You know, feeling the pressure, and you know, someone coming in and giving you that peace, and someone giving you that comfort. You know, I was actually able to give more comfort than I felt I got in that situation. But then I had more than just my work colleagues to help me through. But in this situation, I think maybe he only had someone like me around who might understand. And actually, from having a conversation with me, he was able to have a conversation with, you know, people within work to kind of sort out the issues that we were struggling with. But, you know, like, just an idea. You know, are we spending so much time trying to build our castles when actually, if we just put on a decent pair of shoes and had a persuasion of peace and care towards other people, was what protected our emotions. And also, look, if our emotions are impacted by other people's behaviour, I want to say for good or for bad, because you know, having a wonderful time, and having a wonderful moment, can make you want to escape from normality. What do I mean from that? Like, as much as somebody annoying you might drag you into anger and frustration, actually, a really positive experience can drag you into Dreamworld land. And I'm super prone to this. Both, probably. Now, as a songwriter, I can now say, oh, well, I'm a songwriter, that's what happens now. And I embrace the emotional roller coaster. But actually, I still need to process all that stuff. I need to work that through. And yeah, what do we need? Do we need that strong big castle? Or would that castle or that secure place develop anyway? You know? I think there's plenty in the Bible that says it's quite, you know, you should be building a home and a family. But maybe the key is to doing that is to have a good pair of shoes. And actually, if somebody comes to ransack your castle, or the weather comes to beat down that castle, I think you want to be standing in the end of the day. Because if you build that house on the rock, or you build it on the sand, if the house comes down, do you have to go crashing down with it? Or could you still be alive, standing on sand, or standing on rock? You know, still alive, still with the gift of life, to start again, to rebuild. Learn something different. If you built your house on the sand, maybe it's time to build your house on the rock. Or maybe you can move the rock and place it on the sand. I don't know. Point is, you know, we can build castles out of love, or remnants of love. But I don't know. I think I want a new pair of shoes. Good pair of shoes. Maybe Star Wars shoes. Maybe. But the point is, peace, having security. What if we've been thinking about it all wrong? And I don't think this is just a Christian idea. Actually, it's not. Because a lot of psychology, a lot of mental health studies are showing the great need for us to be able to process our emotions. That actually it's our emotions and our mental well-being that is often the biggest downfall to our castle coming down. You know, sometimes it's not the raiding strangers that bring your castle down, but sometimes it's the internal war that brings our castle down. And it doesn't have to be that way. But sometimes in these experiences, we can find out a better way. We can evolve the way we handle these situations. And I'm saying there's plenty of signs in life, as within the Bible, of ways we can avoid or prepare ourselves for these circumstances in life, so that we don't lose our hope, even if there's chaos happening, even if our house comes down in the storm. We don't have to go down with it. And if the Titanic's down or coming down, I want to be one of the guys that's still standing up, trying to help people and care for people and help people to the last breath, if that's possible. But I don't have to sacrifice myself with my life. Living, I can live my life to sacrifice my own stuff to help other people, knowing that actually if I help other people keep their castles strong, then maybe they'll help me keep mine strong. Living in peace with other people. If people like you, brilliant. If they don't, fine, no problem. But whenever they need someone to help you, or they need help, they should know they can come to you. And it's free. It's caring, it's kind, it's honest, and real, yet fully hopeful. All this stuff in songs, all these experiences are in songs. But I hope you find hope and peace. I think love is the key. See you later.
You were always meant to be free.